everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Food Buddha. I'm Talia, and today I feel really called to come on and talk about intuitive eating and just really break down the simplicity of what it is so that you see how truly this is the way to go for weight loss, health, and just happiness, feeling in tune with your body instead of fighting against your body. How amazing would that be? So this isn't just something that, this is my one trick pony. This is something that it just is. This just is the path, because you can chase diets and people can say, oh, I went on, low carb and it felt really good, or I went on low fat and it felt really bad. And, people have their opinions about like what works, what doesn't, what's easy, what's not. But ultimately a diet is a diet. It's a set amount of calories or foods or exercise or all of that. You're told what to eat and when to eat, at what increments and how much. And it really doesn't take into account anything else that may be going on in your life or in your body. So it doesn't take into account if you're tired, if you're stressed, if you're going through a major life change. Your body might actually need different nutrients. You might be on your period. You might have run a marathon yesterday. You may have not left the house in 3 days. All of these are going to change what your actual body needs on a day-to-day basis. So this is the reason why diets don't work. If you think of like a 1,500 or 2,000 calorie diet plan and then handing it out to 50 different women and saying, oh, this is your key, this is how you lose weight. Well, those 50 different women have 50 different needs. They have different hormone levels. They have different cravings. They have different patterns with emotional eating. They have different preferences. Maybe some of these women love pickles and the other bunch don't. Everybody is different. So this is why intuitive eating just is the way. I'm going to be bold and say it just is the way, because it leaves room for our individual needs. Okay. So what exactly is intuitive eating? Well, you could be really literal, eating intuitively. That kind of makes sense, right? So eating, but the message on what to eat actually comes from your intuition. So I'm going to take a little sidestep and say, well, what exactly is your intuition? Well, our body is always trying to get to healthy. Our body is always trying to get to center. We're like animals and plants that are always just trying to thrive. We're trying to survive. We're trying to have our, family bloodline live on. So really our body is geared for survival, which means it's geared to want to always be its healthiest possible. Your body will put up with a lot of things that you do to it, or that we collectively do to our bodies, because it's always trying to autocorrect. So someone could smoke for 20 years before they actually get lung cancer or emphysema. And what has been happening in those 20 years? Well, the lungs and the liver and basically the entire body have been trying to deal with all that cigarette smoke. So it's been detoxifying and shoving out the chemicals and trying to just do its best. So this applies to everything. Our body is always trying to do its best, and it's always trying to get you healthy. Like not just sort of healthy, like rockin' healthy. And things like allergies and colds and flus, they all have to do with the immune system. If our immune system is strong, we actually have less allergies and, of course, less colds and flus. So our body's always trying to have a strong immune system. It's always trying to be as fit as possible so that it could, outrun a potential threat. Especially us women's bodies want to be really healthy because our body wants to be able to bear children, unless you're at the point of menopause, but your body still does want to be healthy. But for a lot of our life, our bodies, especially us women, we are the life force of this earth. We are the thing that creates babies, that creates more life. Whether you personally choose to have children or not, or even can have children or not, still doesn't influence how our body is trying to survive, no matter what. So that's the first thing you need to know. And how does our body actually communicate with us what it needs to survive? That is our intuition. So our intuition, when applied to food and just really honestly any choice in general, because our intuition, even if it's nothing to do with health, may steer us towards certain friendships, may steer us away from certain friendships. Our intuition might steer us to heal relationships from our past, or start to save money just in case, or start a business or travel the world, because that's the message on how you will be healthiest and happiest. If you're unhappy, you're not healthy anyways. There's stress hormones that are raised, and like lots of different chemical differences go on, lots of chemical changes when you're stressed. So your intuition is here to keep you healthy and happy, and everything that can come under those two categories. So what you absolutely need to do, your number one focus has to be, how can I understand my body's needs better? That is what you need to be focusing on, no matter what. No matter your goals, if it's to gain weight or lose weight or be a bodybuilder or run a marathon, or just to get a little bit healthier, maybe take away your type 2 diabetes or lower your cholesterol. Either way, intuition is the only way our body communicates with us to give us a message so that our actions will be in line with optimal health and happiness. So that's the first thing you need to know, is intuition is the only way that our body communicates with us, or I should say it's the first way. Because when we have something like raised blood pressure or pain or anxiety, that is a way that our body is communicating with us. But before those physical things manifested, there was intuitive messages. There was intuitive messages to lessen stress, or to eat more of this or a little of that. But you might not have known how to listen, or you might have chosen not to listen. And that's something that really, to give you the benefit of the doubt, if that's you, is we're not raised in a society that talks about intuition. Did your parents ever talk about intuition, or were you taught it in school? I mean, I wasn't, and so I don't know if you were, but it's not the way that we are brought up. But it's a new day, you're a seeker, and you're on the crest of something really big. You're having an awakening. You're having an opening up. And you know that controlling your food and going on another plan just doesn't feel good. You might know that it's pointless and useless, and it'll probably cause you to gain weight long term, that when you restrict what you eat, you feel crappy and moody and you have cravings. You might know this already. So right now, you're seeking something bigger. You're seeking something different. Like it must not be that hard. Are all these people that are healthy walking around in struggle to be healthy? Well, no. The people that are the actual healthiest, I'm not just talking way less, because you could force your body to lose weight. So the people that are actually healthy, generally it's not a struggle at all, and because they've tapped into their body wisdom. So to bring it right back to the title of this, what is intuitive eating exactly? So intuitive eating is stopping paying any attention to carbs and fats and what you should and shouldn't eat and what time it is, and if that should depict what time you should eat, like you can't eat after 8 p.m. or you can't eat anything white, or carbs are bad, or sugar's bad, or anything. No matter what you think makes sense, like too much fat's bad or too much sugar's bad. Well, I could say, yeah, too much sugar's bad. But this is where it gets really specific, and I want you to really be with me in this. If you don't eat sugar because sugar's bad, that's a very short-term way to go about it. And there's no like meat behind that belief. There's no like real big reason. It's just because you shouldn't. And if someone said why, you could even be like, I don't know, it's unhealthy, right? I don't know. But if you just release that rule and say, I don't know about sugar, but I'm going to rely on my body. And say you that day ate Maybe you ate like a bag of candy. Your body starts giving you signals very quickly that it doesn't want it. And once you learn how to pick up on those signals, and it's actually very easy, it's just you need some guidance to refocus, really, is all it is. Your body will start to tell you less sugar. We all know that feeling when we were a kid, or maybe last week, maybe today because it's Valentine's Day. When we ate too much sugar and your body feels gross. You crave water, you might crave vegetables, and you get to a point where you're like, I'm starting to feel physically nauseous, no more sugar. That is your body messages. So that can be what leads you to think, I'm going to eat less sugar because when I eat it, it doesn't make me feel good. So then look at that conversation. It's totally different. If you were saying to a friend, I'm going to eat less sugar, and they said, why? You would say, because my body really doesn't feel good when I eat it. That is the long-term way to health. So it doesn't actually matter what you believe about fats and carbs and sugars and all of this stuff, calories, and what's even right and what's even wrong. All you need to do is redirect your focus and learn about how to hear I like to call it your body wisdom, or your body cues, your body sensations, and learn what your body's trying to tell you. It's actually not hard because it's our natural way. So instead of focusing on what you shouldn't eat, when you focus on what your body's telling you, like I just showed you with the example of sugar, you move from, oh, I don't eat a lot of sugar because I don't know, it's bad, which is a very short term, not going to really, when you really want that chocolate bar, that belief isn't really going to hold you anywhere. I guess it's bad, it's kind of weak. Or you could lessen the amount of sugar you eat because it doesn't make my body feel good. I feel lethargic, I'll get a headache, I feel sluggish. That is long-term change right there, because that is getting in touch with what your body needs. So that's what's been happening to all of these women and men, let's be honest, people that have dieted for so many years. It's like they have no idea their intuition the entire time has been trying to steer them towards like literally perfect health. I know that's bold, but your body wants to survive, much like an animal in the wild or a tree. It's doing everything that it can. A plant will change the direction of its leaves to face the sun. It will change where it's even looking to face the sun, because the sun is where it gets its nutrients. So our body will steer us in the direction of what feels good, what's healthy, what will allow us to be the most energetic. And when you start to tap into it in that way, it honestly changes your life. And for someone like you that's a seeker and you'd like to look at the bigger meaning of things, or maybe exploring this universal energy and law of attraction and how your thoughts become things, and how you might actually have a lot of control over your life starting in your thoughts. Intuitive eating is a beautiful thing to bring into your life, because it will change your life. And if you've been someone that has dieted for a lot of years, or you have weight to lose and you're up against this, like, how am I going to lose 40 pounds or whatever it is, you can go down the diet road, which will have you feeling crappy and deprived. And what happens when you start your diet and then tonight you get invited out for dinner? It's like, oh no, you have anxiety, throw in the towel maybe, and then it's another failed diet. How many years and how many times do we have to go through this before we really see that it just doesn't work? So what does work is listening to your body. Like I said, your number one focus needs to be, how can I learn how to pay attention to my body closer, which is exactly what I do. So keep hanging around Food Buddha, the Awakened Wellness Group, or reach out to me to really get this transformation. Let's work one-on-one. Let's teach you this. The funny part about all this is that I have clients. What I usually do is you sign on for 3 months with me. And then after that 3 months is up, if you want to continue, we can or not. And what's really funny is I'm noticing that within 1 call, 2 calls, maybe 3 calls, my clients' lives are changing. And there's even times when I go, oh my goodness, what am I going to do for 3 months if they're changing so fast? But that's the beauty of the one-on-one work, is over the 3 months, things come up. You're triggered, you might be stressed, and you need that support to make it a a real thing. So intuitive eating, explore it, learn about it. At least just allow this to be planted in your mind and just ask yourself, do I believe that my body is actually trying to be healthy all the time? You might feel like you battle your body. You might feel like you're always working against your body. I always used to say, I can look at a piece of cake and gain weight. And maybe that's what you're feeling. Oh, I just got a thumbs up. Thank you, whoever that was. I can't see who that was. And so if you've ever felt like you're battling your body, like your body just like gains weight and you either eat so little or you try so hard and your body's still gaining weight, it's because there's a missing piece. And that too is a signal to say, you're not listening to me. You're trying to control this in a very sort of human way, whereas we are organic beings. And what we need as far as nutrients on any given day changes. What we need, calories, and even our cravings. Like, you're allowed to have food that you really want. The problem is that you think you don't. You can't. Because diets have maybe told you that you can't actually have the food you enjoy. But there's a whole new way to look at this. And it's a way that is just so much easier. And if you've struggled with food and weight and dieting, this will rock your world. It will change your life. Again, I know what I'm saying is bold, but I freaking believe it. I see it in my clients and in myself and in all the people around me, all my closest friends and family, my husband. They're transforming their lives just by learning these simple things. So I really encourage you to just take this in as truth. Really, if you have struggled and you're a seeker and you feel like you're on the cusp of something big, a big awakening, you're looking at things differently, you're interested in how powerful you really maybe are, and how maybe you can create the life you want, and maybe you're not doomed to these patterns and habits and emotional eating and genetics and all these things you were taught, I got a really easy way out for you, and it's to do with listening to your intuition. It really is the secret. And, everybody around me, especially women, that's like where my heart is, because so many women suffer for so long, and we're mothers and we're bosses and we own companies and we're wives and we're friends and we're daughters, and we have a lot of pull in this world. We have an energetic pull. We are powerful females. And when we're suffering, the world is not being served by us fully. You have a beautiful power within you as a woman, a divine, brilliant, resilient, strong, purpose-filled vision. You have something massive to offer the world. And if you're suffering with food and weight and health, your shine is dimmed. Your light is not as bright. And that's why I'm so passionate to serve women all over the world, for them to get their power, because you're mothers, your daughters, your friends, you're members of community, and you can make a massive impact in this life by just tapping into your intuition. It will change your life. Universal guidance will become easier. Things just start clicking. And I'm not even kidding. Weight starts falling off. I had a client this week that in 1 week, she lost 4 pounds and she didn't even try. It was just a switch in focus. And we've only been working together about 2 or 3 weeks. And she's lost 4 pounds in 1 week just by refocusing. I never could lose weight. It was so hard to lose weight. So if you feel that way, like it's just a battle, I get it. And I ended up losing 55 pounds. It's probably been more because I haven't weighed myself in years, but I'm the fittest I've ever been. And I have 2 children. And the only way I can get through all of that feeling happy and blissful and healthy, like taken care of nutritionally, is by listening to my intuition. It has changed my life, and that's what I wish for you. So one more time, your main focus needs to be, how can I listen to my body more? How can I learn what my body needs before you ever go to another diet again or another plan? Stop counting calories and carbs. Even these flexible diets like Weight Watchers or something where there's points and all that, they may teach good principles, but they're just trying to teach the wisdom that's already within you. Like the idea of points, like, oh, less points here, more points here, means like I can choose what I eat, I can save up and eat that. Your intuition can do that for you and have you get probably better results just because you're not ever deprived. You're listening, it makes sense. And on top of it, you're developing a strong mind-body connection, which it's hard to put into words how that changes your life, but it changes everything. It incorporates finding your personal power in this life, your voice, healing past relationships and traumas, and just really like a phoenix up from the ashes. That's what this stuff does. So you need to listen to your intuition, and I got your back. Hang around me, reach out. I would love to work with you. I have 2 spots right now for the one-on-one mentorship, but whatever you do, know that you can achieve your goals. You can lose weight, become healthier no matter what. If you're busy, you have children, you have like physical, like a knee that hurts or backs that hurts, there's always ways to get around that stuff to have you be seriously healthy, seriously happy. And the best part is you're feeling amazing. And then people around you are going, wow, you look good. What are you doing? I've never seen you so healthy and happy at the same time. So that's what you need to do, is pay attention to your body wisdom, learn about it, shift all your focus, throw out all that other crap about food and diets and carbs and all this stuff, and start paying attention to your highest wisdom, your highest self, your intuition, which is your body speaking straight to you for what it needs to be as healthy as possible. I love you so much, and until next time, take care.